Welcome back. The American Heart Association has released a new scoring system for heart health. It's called Life's Essential 8. So it gives people a heart score to help them live a healthier life. Here to talk about your heart score and what that means is our night health expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. Good morning.
Good morning, Natasha.
So what is the scoring system?
You know, we used to have Life Simple 7, so it was 7 different parameters that you assess yourself on. Now they've changed it to Life's Essential 8 and added sleep as one of the 8 parameters. And it's really looking at health behaviors and looking at our health characteristics. So health behaviors like, sleep, nicotine use, our diet, our activity, and then also, our health parameters like our body mass index, our cholesterol, our blood sugar, our blood pressure. And then using that to add up on a scale of 0 to 100, how we're doing with 80 to 100 being high cardiovascular health.
So going from 7 to 8 and then adding sleep, how does this help with the score?
So, one thing I think is that it really emphasizes the importance of sleep, is that we really need to have sleep 7 to 9 hours, which most of us don't get, as one of the critical components of heart health. But they've also made some other minor changes that actually help the score function a little bit better. So remember, we used to always talk about total cholesterol. We really moved away from that to talk about a parameter called non-HDL cholesterol. That's everything bad in terms of cholesterol. We've also looking at nicotine exposure overall, including vaping and marijuana, those types of things, as opposed to just smoking. So they've refined the score a little bit and actually improved it quite a bit.
What's the average score of people in America?
Not good. And this is the point here, is that most of us think that we're living a pretty healthy life, but the average score is only about 65. And we're doing the worst on our health behaviors.
Is it out of 100? Okay.
And greater than 80 is considered high, 50 to 80 is considered moderate, less than 50 is considered very low.
Okay.
So we're almost on the kind of low to moderate end in terms of our population health. But the good thing here is what this score is meant to do is really motivate people for positive change, because you can actually overcome genetic predispositions based on your health behaviors being modified. So if you get that score high, there's data out there that we got from, Life Simple 7 that you can actually overcome genetic tendencies to have heart disease by changing your health behaviors.
Yeah, and living a better life, eating better, exercising. And where can you get this score from?
So very simple. The American Heart Association has a website. You can go to the website, plug in your numbers. And the really great thing here about this score is that it can be used in kids as low as 2. So you can even do it in your kids and adolescents. And I think the whole family should do it. I want you to do yours and report back to me, because we need to know how you're doing.
Right.
And for many of us, it's a wake-up call, because we realize that certain things we're eating, certain foods we're eating, certain behaviors could really be modified to change our risk.
Yeah, as a cardiologist, with your patients, this is something that you really recommend that they do, and it might be a really good jumping off board too.
It really is. I've done it on myself as well. I need to get a little more active. That's what I got out of it. But the idea is it helps us realize the gaps in our diet, in our behavior, and it really is a very honest assessment. So it looks at how much red meat you're eating, how many beans, how many sugary drinks, how much caffeine, all of those types of parameters.
Yeah, good to be aware of your body and what's going on.
Very aware, and really the idea here is that prevention starting early can really prevent heart disease altogether. So rather than being reactive and treating it in your 40s to 60s, which is how we've done it for the most part, you actually want to start it in your 20s and 30s, never have to deal with treatment.
And be proactive. All right, Dr. Kohli, thank you.